Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video we're going to be covering Java web development. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So just a quick little introduction to Java. Java is actually a high-level object-oriented programming language known for its platform independence and versatility. Now it's been developed by Sun Microsystems in the 1990s. Java's key feature is write once, run anywhere capability, and it's achieved through the use of the Java virtual machine. Java code is compiled into bytecode, an intermediate form that can run on any device or operating system with a compatible JVM. Now, this portability makes the Java suitable for a wide range of applications, from web development, enterprise software, to mobile app development for Android. Java's object-oriented nature promotes code reusability and modularity, while its rich standard library and active community provide a wealth of tools, frameworks, and libraries to support various programming needs. Additionally, Java's built-in garbage collection and security features add to its appeal as reliable and widely used programming language in the tech industry. Now, looking at the wheel here for Java, it's actually got a wide range of uses in software development. Now, due to its platform independence, robustness, and versatility, this is why it's a very popular choice to use. Some of the primary uses for Java in development include web development, so that's what we're going to be covering in this video. Now, Java is used to create dynamic and interactive web applications both on the server side, so that's Java Servlets, JavaServer Pages, so we'll take a look at that later on in the video, and then the client side, which is JavaScript frameworks like Angular, React, Vue.js. So that's mainly HTML, CSS, and Java work as well. Anyways, you also have other development tools to use there with Java. You've got enterprise applications. So Java is a popular choice for developing large-scale enterprise applications, such as a customer relationship management, that's CRM. Now, enterprise resources planning as well, so that's ERP, and supply chain management applications. And as well as that, we've got the Java desktop application development. So Java Swing and Java FX libraries allow developers to build cross-platform desktop applications with graphical user interfaces, so that's GUIs. You've also got the use of Java mobile application development, and pretty much Java is an official programming language for Android app development. So Android apps are typically written in Java and run on Android-powered devices. So if you're ever hopping on the Google Play Store, just know that most or majority of the actual apps have been written in Java. Then, of course, you've got the cloud-based applications. So that's the Java Web Services development. So with Java's robustness and scalability, it makes it suitable for developing cloud-based applications and microservices. And of course, you've got Java application migration and integration, and Java application maintenance and support. Now, on top of this, it's pretty much a big data processing software. So it's actually employed in the big data frameworks like Apache, and then you've got Apache Spark to process and analyze large-scale data. And it's particularly popular in game development. So Java is used to build cross-platform games, especially for Android devices and web-based gaming. So you can tell that Java has multiple uses. I can keep going on. You've got financial services. It's big in developing applications in Internet of Things devices and embedded systems as well. So they've got their lightweight versions of Java, so Java ME and Java SE. But getting back onto topic, we're going to be discussing the web application development, or also known as the Java web development for this video. So now that we've got a clear understanding on the Java software, we're now going to start off with the server-side web development. So just to explain the process of a website and how it works, especially with Java development, we've got here the web server, application, and the database. And of course, you've got the server-side cache. Starting off with the first one, you've got server-side. So for that, Server side of the web application refers to the part of the system that runs on the server and handles the processing, logic, and data management. Now, when a user interacts with a website or web application, the server side processes the request, performs the necessary computations, and sends back the response to the client side, which is the user browser, as you can see on the right side. Now, the server-side technologies include programming languages like PHP, Java, Python, and Ruby, so which we're looking at now, which is Java. And then, of course, as well as that, you've got web frameworks and server components. Now, we will take a look later on in the video at the two different servers that you can use, which is Java Servlets and JavaServer Pages. Then, of course, with this diagram, you've got the application layer. So the application layer refers to the software or application that runs on the server and handles the core functionality of a web application. In the context of WordPress, it is a popular content management system used for website creation and management. WordPress provides a user-friendly interface allowing users to easily create and update content, manage media files, and customize the appearance of their websites without extensive technical knowledge. So from that point of the application layer, that's where you're doing your front-end development. So if you are using Java, JavaScript, along with HTML and CSS, that is the area where you're going to be modifying and controlling the dev. Now, you've also got the database layer. So that's at the very back, that's back end. So the database layer is a crucial part of the server-side development, as it's responsible for storing, retrieving, and managing data. So we'll use an example here. If you are running an e-commerce website, you want to have logins. So that would be your username and password. So that'll store username and passwords, or as well as that, you can store inventory. So depending on how much stock you have, you can apply onto the database layer. So web applications often interact with databases to store user information. As I've said, you've got application data and other essential information. Now, common database management systems used in web development include MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, and SQLite. Now, the database layer ensures that the data is organized, accessible, and properly maintained. Then, of course, you've got your server-side cache, and that's where you're more or less receiving everything. So that's what we've explained earlier on in the video. And at the very start there, that's the web server. So Nginx, Apache. So that's responsible for handling HTTP requests from clients, which is the web browsers, and serving the appropriate responses. So it acts as an area between the client and the server-side application. You can see from the arrows there. So web server going to application layer, then of course to the database layer. Then whatever information the database sends back to the application layer, sends back to the web server, sends it back to the server-side cache. So that'll be in HTML. So if you, for example, process or type in information to a contact form, that is received by the web server. Web server tells out to the application layer, then the database comes back to the server side, and then it'll be as a HTML form. So like a thank you note of some sort. But anyways, as I said, that is pretty much how it works. And as well as the HTML content to the client's browser, what it actually does is they also handle tasks like load balancing, caching, and SSL termination for secure connections. So just to overlook what Java Servlets and JavaServer Pages are all about, they're essential components of Java's server-side web development ecosystem. Now, they play crucial roles in handling HTTP requests, processing data, and generating dynamic web content. So we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at each one. So starting off with Java Servlets. So here we have the diagram for it. So Java Servlets are server-side components that handle HTTP requests and responses in Java-based web applications. Now, they are Java classes that extend the javax.servlet.http.http servlet class, or implement the javax.servlet.servlet interface. So I'll actually put those two up in screen now for the two different classes. Now, when a client web browser sends a HTTP request to the server, the servlet container, so that's Apache Tomcat, so we'll use that as an example, it intercepts the request and forwards it to the appropriate servlet based on the URL mapping specified in the web application's configuration. So that's more or less how it's working, as you can see. So web browser, HTTP protocol to the HTTP server, and then to the servlet program to the database. Now, servlets are responsible for processing the request, performing any necessary computations and data manipulation, and generating the response to send back to the client. Now, the response typically includes HTML content, which may be dynamically generated based on user input or data retrieved from a database. Now, they're pretty powerful and versatile, and it makes them suitable for handling various types of requests, such as form submissions, user authentication, data retrieval, and plenty more. Now, developers would use Java servlets to build the core logic of web applications. Now, they work in conjunction with JavaServer Pages or other templating engines to generate dynamic content. So, JavaServer Pages, this is a technology that allows developers to embed Java code within HTML pages to generate dynamic web content. JSP files have a JSP extension and are essentially a mix of HTML and Java code. Now, this is pretty much the process on how it works. You've got your client, which corresponds to the internet, goes to the JSP file, goes into the database, and then that'll come back. So you can see how it sort of rolls, JSP file, then it'll go into the JSP servlet engine, and then you've got your Apache web server, servlet HTML file, and then that is the response to the client, which is a HTML file. So it'll pull out whatever they need to go to. So when a JSP page is requested by a client, the JSP engine, so that's part of the servlet container, compiles the JSP into a JavaServer class, which you can see there. And then when this is executed, it'll generate the dynamic content for the response. So that's pretty much what that does. Anyway, JSP also provides special tags. So JSP tags to include Java code, define variables, perform loops and conditionals, and interact with other Java classes and objects. Now, JSP is used to separate the presentation logic from the business logic, which is Java code in web applications, promoting a more organized and maintainable code structure. Now, JSP pages can also include standard and custom tags, which are reusable components that simplify common tasks, such as form handling or database interactions. So our next one there is the web framework. Now, looking more into the web framework itself, Java has a variety of web frameworks that would simplify web application development. So we'll take a look into the different frameworks available. So this is the Spring framework. Now, this is a powerful and widely used Java framework for building enterprise-level web applications. It provides a comprehensive infrastructure that supports various aspects of web development, including dependency injection, aspect-oriented programming, data access, security, and plenty more. Now, it follows the inversion of control, so IOC principle. Now, where objects are managed by the Spring container and dependencies are injected into the classes, promoting loose coupling and easier testing. So as well as that, the Spring framework also offers various modules such as Spring MVC, Model View Controller, which is used for building web applications in a structured and organized manner. Now, digging a little bit deeper, they do have this thing called Spring Boot, and I'll show you that now. So this is Spring Boot. Now, this is an extension, of course, of Spring Framework that focuses on simplifying and accelerating the setup and configuration of Spring applications. Now, it embraces the convention over configuration approach, reducing the need for manual configuration. With Spring Boot, developers can create a standalone, production-ready application with minimal effort, and it automatically configures the application in embedded web server, such as Tomcat or Jetty, making it easier to get started with Spring-based web development. They also offer and provide various starter dependencies for integrating with different technologies, reducing the boilerplate code required for setting up common features like database access and security and logging. So a little bit more information on it. You've got Spring Boot. They also have other ones like data, cloud, data flow, security, GraphQL, Spring Session, integration. So quite a few to look at in terms of this. Our next one is with Oracle. Now this is JavaServer Faces, and it's a Java web-based framework, and it focuses on simplifying the development of user interfaces for Java web applications. Now again, it follows the model view controller just like Spring or Spring Framework. And JSF, which is JavaServer Faces, provides a set of reusable components and custom tags that the developer can use to create the user interface. With these components, it can handle the rendering and interaction with users, reducing the need of writing extensive HTML and JavaScript code. As well as that, JSF is a part of Java EE, Java Platform Enterprise Edition specification, making it an official standard for building user interfaces in Java web applications. So, in summary, now that we've had a look at Spring Framework and Spring Boot and JavaServer Faces, Spring Framework is a comprehensive Java framework that provides a wide range of features for building enterprise applications. With its extension, which is Spring Boot, it simplifies the application setup and configuration. And on the other hand, JavaServer Faces, which is a web framework focused on simplifying the creation of user interfaces in Java web applications. And developers can pretty much choose the technology that best fits their project requirements, complexity, and resource. So with Spring and JSF offering different approaches in web development. So our next one there is Enterprise JavaBeans. So EJB is a server-side component model, and it facilitates the development of large-scale enterprises applications. Also allows the developers to create a reusable and scalable business logic component that can be deployed across distributed systems. So just a quick overview on what the Enterprise JavaBeans looks like. So this is more or less used for, of course, enterprise level websites. So you've got your database, then your entities, then your different clients. So that's the business logic there. And of course, it'll call the client. So that's more or less how it works in terms of the enterprise for JavaBeans. Next up is Java Persistence API, so JPA, and this is used for database access and object relational mapping, so ORM. It simplifies database operations by providing an abstraction layer between Java projects and the underlying database, making it easier to work with databases in web applications. So again, this is more or less a diagram of JavaX Persistence, or JPA API. So you've got your entity manager factory, entity transaction, entity manager, query, persistence, and then of course passes that through to the JPA API entity into the database. So that's more or less how that works. And again, just to recap, it's providing that abstraction layer between the Java objects and the underlying database, and that's what makes it easier to work with databases in web applications. Now you've also got the web application servers. So Java applications are typically deployed on application servers like Apache, Tomcat, Wildfly, WebLogic, or WebSphere. Now these servers would provide the runtime environment for Java web applications and manage servlets, JSP, and other components. Now apart from what we've discussed in Java web development, what other key aspects are there to it? So you've also got your client-side development. So although JavaScript is primarily a language for client-side development, Java can be used through technologies like Java applets, which is less common now unfortunately, or by integrating Java libraries with front-end frameworks like Angular, React, or Vue.js. And as well as this, big data and analytics is where it's pretty big on. So Java is used in web applications that involve big data processing analytics, where its performance and scalability are very valuable. And they've also got or involved with Java API for RESTful web services, which is JAX-RS. So JAX-RS is a Java API that enables the creation of RESTful web services, allowing developers to build APIs for client-server communication over HTTP. But overall, Java's strong community support, extensive libraries, and enterprise level features make it a very popular choice for developing a wide range of web applications. From small business websites to large scale enterprise solutions, its ability to handle complex systems and its rich ecosystem contribute to its continued significance in the web development. But there you have it, guys. That is the Java web development. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave us a comment in the comment section below. We'd like to hear what you think. If you're looking to get a website built, why not check out our website at www.profiletree.com. Go ahead and click the contact us and send in your queries. We'd be happy to respond back as soon as we can. But as I say, that reaches the end of the video, so I'll see you guys for the next one. Thank you very much for watching.